Every morning, before you step into the world, take a moment for yourself. Before the noise, before the distractions, set your mind on the right path. Speak these 7 lines out loud. Feel them, believe them, let them shape your day, because the way you start your morning determines the way you live your life. Before we explore these 7 lines, let me ask you something. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you reach for your phone? Do you groan about having to get out of bed, or do you embrace the day with purpose and determination? Mornings set the direction for the rest of the day. Those first few moments after opening your eyes shape everything that follows, which is why these 7 lines are so important. They're not just words. They're seeds planted in the fertile soil of your mind each morning. These seeds grow throughout the day, ultimately bearing the fruit of success, happiness, and fulfillment. Now, let's talk about the first line you should say to yourself every morning. Today, I choose to be happy. Notice the key word choose. Happiness isn't something that simply happens to you. It's a decision you make. It's a conscious choice made moment by moment, day by day. By making this choice first thing in the morning, you set yourself up for a day filled with positivity and joy. But here's the truth. Choosing happiness doesn't mean everything will go your way. You'll still encounter challenges, setbacks, and disappointments. However, when you choose happiness, you also choose to approach difficulties with a positive mindset. You choose to find opportunities hidden within obstacles. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to move through life effortlessly, smiling through adversity, while others constantly struggle and complain? The difference isn't in their circumstances, but in their mindset and the choices they make each morning. Now, some of you might be thinking, you don't understand. My life is really tough right now. I can't just choose to be happy. And to that, I say, you absolutely can. In fact, it's when life is at its most difficult that this choice matters the most. Happiness isn't the absence of problems, it's the ability to handle them. It's the strength to say, yes, this is hard, but I will face it with a positive attitude. And that strength begins with a decision. A decision you make every single morning when you say, today I choose to be happy. Now, let's move on to the second line. I am grateful for everything I have. Gratitude, my friends, is the antidote to dissatisfaction. It is the key that unlocks the door to true contentment and joy. When you begin your day by expressing gratitude, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you already possess. And no matter where you are in life, regardless of how much or how little you have, there is always something to be grateful for. Maybe it's the roof over your head, the food in your fridge, or simply the air in your lungs. Perhaps it's the people who love you, the opportunities ahead, or the lessons learned from past experiences. Whatever it may be, when you acknowledge it, when you truly feel grateful for it, you generate a powerful, positive energy that propels you forward. You train your mind to see the good in every situation, to recognize the silver lining in every challenge. But here's the thing about gratitude. It's not just about feeling good, it's about creating more good in your life. What you focus on expands. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you begin to notice even more reasons to be thankful. It's like tuning a radio to a specific frequency. Once you're locked into gratitude, you'll start picking up more signals of abundance and blessings all around you. Now, some of you may be thinking, but what if I don't feel grateful? What if I'm going through a difficult time and can't see anything to appreciate? That's precisely when gratitude is most important. Start small. Be thankful for the basics. The fact that you woke up this morning, the ability to make choices, the chance to change your life. Be grateful for the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to improve, because when you appreciate what you have, you open yourself up to receiving even more. The third line you need to tell yourself every morning is, I am capable of achieving great things. This is about belief, faith in yourself and your abilities. It's about recognizing the immense potential within you. Success always begins in the mind. Before you can accomplish greatness in the world, you must first see it in your thoughts. You have to perceive yourself as capable, worthy, and destined for more. And that vision starts with the words you speak to yourself each morning. When you affirm that you are capable of achieving great things, you set the bar high. You challenge yourself to rise above mediocrity, to step beyond your comfort zone, and to strive for excellence in all that you do. You give yourself permission to dream big and to work diligently to make those dreams a reality. But here's the catch. Just saying these words isn't enough. You have to believe them. You must feel them deeply, let them sink into your subconscious, and make them a part of your identity. Because when you truly believe in your potential, when your faith in yourself is unshakable, you'll find that the universe aligns to help you achieve your goals. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, but what if I've failed before? What if I've tried and fallen short? To that I say, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of it. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger, gain wisdom, and move closer to your goals. Consider the greatest achievers in history. They all faced obstacles and failures. Yet, what set them apart was their belief in themselves and their unwavering faith in their abilities. They did not let failure define them. They allowed it to refine them. And that is exactly what you must do. Use past failures as stepping stones toward future success. The fourth line you need to speak to yourself every morning is, I choose to focus on what I can control. This is about personal responsibility. Understanding that while you cannot control everything that happens to you, you always have control over how you respond. Life is full of uncertainties. There will always be factors beyond your control, the economy, the actions of others, the weather. But here's the secret. Successful people do not waste energy worrying about these things. Instead, they channel all their focus and effort into what they can influence. When you begin your day by consciously choosing to focus on what you can control, you empower yourself, you take charge of your life, you set the tone by saying, no matter what happens today, I will focus on my actions, my attitude, and my responses. This shift in mindset is incredibly liberating. It frees you from the frustration of trying to change things that are beyond your power and allows you to direct your energy toward meaningful actions that can truly make a difference. But here's the thing. This choice isn't always easy. It's tempting to blame others, make excuses, and focus on obstacles. However, when you do that, you give away your power. You let external circumstances dictate your life. Instead, choose to be proactive. Focus on your circle of influence. Ask yourself, what can I do today to move closer to my goals? How can I improve myself? How can I add value to others? These are the questions that lead to growth, progress, and success. Remember, the only person you can truly change is yourself. But when you change yourself, your thoughts, actions, and habits, you change your world. You become a force of nature capable of overcoming any obstacle and achieving any goal. The fifth line you need to tell yourself every morning is, I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. This is all about perspective, choosing to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be. It's about recognizing that every difficulty, every setback, every problem is actually a chance to become stronger, wiser, and better. Life isn't always smooth sailing. There will be storms, rough waters, and moments when it feels like you're being tossed around by forces beyond your control. But it is in these very moments that you have the greatest opportunity to grow. Think about it. When do you grow the most? Is it when everything is easy, when life is comfortable? No. You grow when you are challenged, when you are pushed out of your comfort zone, when you are forced to adapt and overcome. So when you start your day by embracing challenges as opportunities, you shift your mindset. You no longer see problems as obstacles. You see them as stepping stones. You no longer ask, why is this happening to me? Instead, you ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to improve? This shift in perspective changes everything. It turns setbacks into setups for comebacks. It transforms failures into valuable lessons. It makes every challenge an exciting opportunity to prove yourself, develop new skills, and become the person you are meant to be. But here's the key. This embrace of challenges must be genuine. It's not about putting on a brave face or pretending that difficulties don't affect you. It's about truly recognizing the value of struggle and the growth that comes from overcoming adversity. And when you start to see challenges this way, when you welcome them as opportunities for growth, you'll find that you become more resilient, more adaptable, and more confident. You'll develop a strength that external circumstances cannot shake. The sixth line you need to tell yourself every morning is, I am committed to continuous improvement. This is about progress. It's about recognizing that success is not a destination, but a journey. It's about dedicating yourself to becoming just a little bit better every single day. The most successful people in the world share a common trait. They never stop learning, never stop growing, and never stop pushing themselves to new heights. They understand that in a constantly changing world, standing still means falling behind. When you commit to continuous improvement, you put yourself on a path of lifelong growth. You say, no matter how good I am today, I can be better tomorrow. You acknowledge that there is always room for improvement, always something new to learn, and always a way to refine your skills or expand your knowledge. But here's the thing, improvement doesn't happen by accident. It requires intentional effort. It takes a willingness to step outside your comfort zone, to try new things, and to confront your weaknesses head on. It demands discipline, persistence, and an unrelenting desire to become the best version of yourself. So how do you put this commitment into practice? Start small. Set aside time each day for learning. Read books, listen to podcasts, take online courses, seek feedback, and be willing to act on it. Reflect on your experiences and look for lessons in everything you do. Remember, improvement is not about comparing yourself to others. It's about measuring your progress against who you were yesterday. It's about making consistent progress no matter how small. Every little step forward adds up over time, and those incremental improvements compound. Before you realize it, you've traveled farther than you ever thought possible. The seventh and final line you should tell yourself each morning is, I choose to make a positive impact today. This is about purpose. It's about understanding that life isn't just about personal success. It's about the difference you can make in the world around you. True fulfillment doesn't come from what we get, but from what we give. It comes from knowing that our actions, our words, and our very presence have made the world a little bit better. When you begin your day with the intention of making a positive impact, you align yourself with a higher purpose, giving your day meaning beyond personal ambitions. Making a positive impact doesn't require grand gestures or heroic acts. It can be as simple as offering a kind word to someone who needs encouragement, assisting a colleague with a task, or making an effort to brighten someone's day. It can mean approaching your work with excellence, knowing that your contributions matter. It can be about treating others with respect and kindness, spreading positivity wherever you go. And the beautiful thing is, when you focus on making a positive impact, that energy returns to you many times over. You'll experience greater joy, more fulfillment in your work, and deeper meaning in your relationships. This intention to make a difference can be a powerful motivator. It pushes you to go the extra mile, to persevere through challenges, and to strive for excellence in all that you do. When you understand that your actions have the power to influence others positively, you'll tap into a deeper source of strength and motivation beyond personal gain. So, there you have it. These 7 simple yet powerful affirmations can transform not only your day, but your entire life. However, they are not just words to be recited. They are beliefs to be felt, embraced, and lived. Let's recap. Today, I choose to be happy. I am grateful for everything I have. I am capable of achieving great things. I choose to focus on what I can control. I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. I am committed to continuous improvement. I choose to make a positive impact today. Now imagine what your life could look like if you started every single day with these affirmations. Picture the positivity you'd carry, the resilience you'd develop, the growth you'd experience, and the difference you'd make. But remember, simply saying these words once isn't enough. You need to make this a habit. These affirmations must become ingrained in your subconscious, and that requires repetition, commitment, and discipline. So here's my challenge for the next 30 days. Start each morning with these 7 affirmations. Say them out loud, write them down, feel their truth in your heart, and watch how your life begins to transform. Success leaves clues, and one of the most significant is this. Successful people begin their day with intention. They set their mindset before they even step out of bed. They prepare themselves for positivity, productivity, and purpose. And that's exactly what these 7 affirmations will do for you. They will set you up for success, equip you to handle the challenges ahead, and serve as a reminder of your potential, your blessings, and your ability to make a difference. But remember, affirmations are just the starting point. They are the foundation on which you build your day. What you do after reciting them is just as crucial. Your actions must align with your words. When you say, "Today I choose to be happy," you must make decisions throughout the day that foster happiness. When you declare, "I am grateful for everything I have," take time to appreciate your blessings. When you affirm, "I am capable," set ambitious goals and work diligently toward them. When you say, "I choose to focus on what I can control," direct your energy toward productive efforts instead of worrying about what's beyond your reach. When you declare, "I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth," face obstacles head on, looking for lessons and chances to improve. When you affirm, "I am committed to continuous improvement," actively seek new ways to learn and evolve. And when you say, "I choose to make a positive impact today," look for opportunities to uplift others and add value to their lives. These affirmations are not magic spells. They won't transform your life overnight, but they will shift your mindset. And when your mindset changes, your actions follow. When your actions change, they form new habits. And when your habits change, your life transforms. Now, some of you might wonder, what if these affirmations don't feel genuine? What if they seem forced? To that, I say fake it until you make it. Your mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. When you consistently feed it positive thoughts, when you reaffirm your potential and purpose daily, it begins to accept these ideas as truth. It's like planting seeds in a garden. At first, you might not see results. The soil may appear empty, lifeless. But if you continue to water those seeds and nurture them every day, they will eventually sprout, grow, and flourish into something beautiful. The same applies to affirmations. Initially, they might feel awkward or unnatural. You may not fully believe them, but if you keep repeating them, reinforcing these positive ideas consistently, they will take root in your mind. Over time, they will grow stronger, shaping your perspective until they become your natural way of thinking. You need to make this a habit. These affirmations must become ingrained in your subconscious, and that requires repetition, commitment, and discipline. So here's my challenge for the next 30 days. Start each morning with these 7 affirmations. Say them out loud, write them down, feel their truth in your heart, watch how your life begins to transform.